Hello cruising world, it's Monday. You know what that means. Monday is tips day. So I'm actually for once, I'm going to do my own tips this week. I've got loads of tips coming in from everybody and I will get to them in future weeks, I promise. But today I'm going to give some of my own. Three tips from the suit guy. As I always stress, these are just tips. I'm not telling you what to do. You do what you want to do. To that point, here's my tip number one. I see this all the time and I talk about this in a lot of my videos, but you may not have seen them all. Shame on you if you haven't. Subscribe and watch them all. I've only got about 4 million. Should be a piece of breeze. See the way I corrected myself there? To watch them all. Anyways, my number one tip this week. When you go on Facebook and you ask a question, this is just my opinion, and people say, you have to do this. You must do this. I kind of ignore them. I prefer to take the approach of listen to what everybody's input and suggestions are, see if that works for you. But a lot of people think that they're right all the time. I'm not right all the time. So my number one tip this week is take tips for what they're worth, because they're not all great. Hopefully mine are, but they may not all be. So this is what I try and get across in all my videos. This is what works for me. And if what works for me works for you, then great. Some of my videos are pretty factual based, that's a bit different. But when it comes to opinions, everybody's got one, just like something else. You know what I mean? That's my tip number one. Take tips with a pinch of salt, which is kind of stupid when you think about what I'm doing here, isn't it? Take everybody else's tips with a pinch of salt, but listen to mine intently. No, seriously. My job here is to give you suggestions and ideas and thoughts and help you with your cruises, not to tell you how to do your cruises. What works for me doesn't work for others. We'll leave it there. Doesn't have, could work for others, but doesn't necessarily work for all. We'll get there eventually. Tip number one. Tip number two. Did you know, and most people know this, but some people don't. This is what I'm here for. You can prepay your gratuities before you cruise. Doesn't save you any money. It's going to be the same price doing it in advance as it is on the day. But sometimes, get all those payments out of the way. You're not going to get a shock in the middle of your cruise. Plus, you can spread those payments out. So we always prepay our gratuities, but we always give more gratuities on board. So kind of a double-edged sword, I guess, but we love the crew, as you all know. So we're always going to give more tips on board. But just by budgeting it out a little bit better and prepaying those gratuities, you can do so. If you have a travel agent, I wish I could put a halo. You can have them do it for you, or you can do it when you book the cruise, or you can call Carnival at any time during the booking process, as it were, and add them. So you can pay them before you cruise. So yeah, it's just one more stress. The number of people that don't even know there are gratuities that go on cruise ships, especially newer cruises, and it'll come to the day when the tips get posted on your account. So on your sign and sail account, all of a sudden one day it goes up by $100, $200, however, depending on how long your cruise is. And I always see that line at guest services. What is this payment charge? What is this payment charge? Oh, sir, that's the gratuities. But we don't want to pay gratuities. Well, it's in the contract that you have to pay gratuities. So just so you know, you can prepay those gratuities. And lastly, kind of linked into that one, did you also know you can set up when you make your booking on your cruise? Did you know that you can set it up to make monthly interest-free payments from the duration of when you book the cruise until final payment date? So monthly, they will take out, if you've got 12 months to go, they'll divide the balance by 12 and they'll make 12 monthly payments against that, interest-free. No other cruise line does that. They do it, but not for that long, and some of them charge interest. But Carnival's the only one that I'm aware of that does it throughout the entire duration of your booking. So you could book a cruise today in 2024 and you can have 24 or whatever it is separate payments interest free. One thing to bear in mind, you can only do that with a credit card, not a debit card. So you do need to do it on a credit card, not a debit card. A lot of my clients have me set up so they use a debit card and I will just run the payment for them every month. I make a note on my little calendar and I run the payment every month so they don't forget. So that's a good little tip you may not know about. And it's that, again, it's all about helping to budget that cruise out. So you're not suddenly stuck with a $2,000 payment or whatever it may be. All of a sudden, you've been paying $100, $200 a month or whatever over that period, and it makes it easier to budget, and it's interest-free. So there's your free tips this week. Take what people say with a pinch of salt, unless they're called Mick the Suit Guy. Did you know you can prepay gratuities? And did you know you can spread your payments out interest-free across the duration of your cruise from the moment you book until final payment date? There you go. Hope that helps. Subscribe, ask me any questions, and send me your tips so I can use them for a future one of these. See you later, Cruising World. Any questions? Email me anytime. cruisingsuitguy@gmail.com. I promise I'll reply as soon as possible. Want to book a cruise or any type of travel? We are travel agents. Check out our site, elitetravelconnection.com, or email me, mick@elitetravelconnection.com. We are here for you. Finally, subscribe, please. Pretty please. You know you want to. Go on. I won't beg you. Okay, I'm begging. Please. Subscribe. Thank you.